I'll take an everything burger. My first job was waitressing at a 50s diner-style burger joint. I think I was about 16. It was a sweet gig. My co-workers were generally nice, the customers were a mixed bag, though we did have one homeless guy that would come in and do our food challenge weekly for a free meal. He was cool. Anyways, to the story at hand, I had a family come in. If I remember correctly, it was the tradition: dad, mom, 2 kids. It was lunch rush and basically all the tables and the bar were filled. So, I'm taking their order and the dad asks for a burger. Me, what would you like on that burger? Dad, everything. Me, well, we have a lot of options. I gesture to the menu section containing the topping choices. The dad does a once-over, clearly not long enough to read, looks back at me and states, Dad, everything. At this point, I should note we had a bunch of choices. Looking at the restaurant's menu, they currently have mustard, onions, slaw, chili, mayo, ketchup, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, grilled jalapenos, grilled mushrooms, grilled onions, grilled bell peppers, etc. I feel like there was even more choices when I worked there. The place also had 4 to 5 cheese options. I asked the dad a few more times if he's sure. Even tried to list the toppings. His wife even tried to explain the situation. I could tell he was getting agitated, but I also knew he didn't know what everything meant. Eventually, I take his word for it and attempt to get the rest of his order. Me, do you want cheese? Dad, I said everything. Me, well, we have 4. Dad, everything. Yikes. I want to point out he's literally yelling here. Those exclamation points are not for emphasis. Well, I finished taking the table's order. On the ticket, I remember specifically taking the time to meticulously write out every ingredient as clearly as I could. The tickets were small and each ingredient was denoted by an acronym, so it was a challenge to fit everything. I also made sure to include every possible cheese. I knew this monstrosity was going to be sent back. I knew it was an abomination. But I was determined to give that man what he asked for. The line cooks looked at me like, you sure? With a simple nod, I pulled the trigger. I walked that burger out to the man with the biggest shit-eating grin. It had to have been 2 pounds of sloppy, wet burger. The annoyance on his face would have been reward enough, but as predicted, the father called my manager over and complained. My manager came to me fuming. Clearly had been chewed out by the man. You know you have to ask the customers what they want on their burgers. I did. Well, the man at table 11 said he didn't ask for that. Mind you, I was still 16 at this point and timid. Still, I explained the situation. My manager's demeanor changed and he had a little smirk on his face. My manager asked me to follow him back to the table and grabbed a menu on the way. Manager, hi sir, I need some clarity. What exactly did you ask for on your burger? Customer, everything but. My manager opened the menu on the table pointing to the topping options. Manager, sir, this is everything. This is what's on your burger. I'll be happy to remake the burger to your specifications if you can give them this time, but we are very busy and it could take a while. Classy Strobin, please take his order. So I did. I can't remember his actual order anymore, but it was definitely a more traditional burger. Probably took about 10 minutes to come out, so his family was mostly done with their meal while he was beginning. We could have taken another burger off the line to make his, but why make a chill table wait? Now to the comments. Had this same kind of thing at a Subway I worked at. Dude had been kicked out of the store during the day, when the owners were there, but still came in at night when all of us teens were working. He ordered a meatball and told me, I want everything on it, don't duck it up. I am going to the liquor store next door. I tried to ask what he meant by everything and he just gave me a shitty look and walked out. I put every ingredient we had on that sub, including all the sauces, mayo, mustard, and every veggie we had. Got finished wrapping it right as he walked back in. He paid and left. Never had the fun of seeing his face, but he also never came back, so it was still a win. Plot twist, you made it exactly how he likes it. I used to make food for a general store that made subs and pizza. Had this woman come in that was very clearly stoned on something, if not many things. She ordered a meatball sub and got every topping and every sauce on it. It looked absolutely disgusting, but she demolished that thing in record time. In work in a pizza place. I once got an order for a garbage pizza. Important to note, no such pizza has ever existed on our menu. I politely asked what exactly they wanted on this pizza. Everything. Okay. Could you be more specific? We have a ton of toppings. Everything. It's a garbage pizza, you put everything on it. So you want me to include everything? She was getting pissed and I was done. Are you sure you want all of our toppings? That's what I said. We put every single topping on that pizza. Sausage, pepperoni, Canadian bacon, pineapple, jalapenos, banana peppers, sauerkraut, shrimp, chicken, bacon, onions. On and on. It was an absolute monstrosity. It smelled ducking awful. She picked it up, opened the box and started freaking out. What the hell is this shit? What the duck is this? It's everything, ma'am. You told me you wanted every single topping we have, this is it? She wanted a refund, we said no. You got what you ordered. She pulled the whole "I'm never coming back," and stayed true to her word. OP replied. Why do people threaten people making $7.25 an hour, or less in my case not including tips, with never coming back? I could literally not give less of a duck. Right? If anything. Thank goodness. Please don't come back. You think I really want to serve your pathetic ass with a smile next time? True alpha move is to take the everything burger and eat it right in front of him. OP replied. I should have called the homeless guy to do it. LOL, I'm just imagining your restaurant had a homeless guy on speed dial to eat all the mistake burgers, even though I know that's not what you meant. I just think that would be funny and may solve a few of the world's problems. /r/DeliciousCompliance. I would have eaten that. I ordered everything, Danjit. Now hold on a moment. I'm worried that what you heard was include all of the recommended toppings, but what I said was everything. OP replied. I know what I'm about, son. I don't even understand why he complained. If I ordered a burger with everything and received a burger with literally everything, I would be totally thrilled. Finally, somebody who understands the meaning of everything. My favorite is the everything burger except the bun. Put it in a huge container and I get a giant burger salad for the price of a normal burger. Reminds me of an everything story about my dad. We would regularly go to a local mom and pop sub shop, the kind of place that didn't really have an ingredient list, but had a large assortment of toppings in a large stainless steel tray. Since you can't really see what the toppings are, the person making the sub would just ask, do you want blank? Now my dad likes a lot of toppings on his subs, so he would always answer yes. One day he got sick of answering yes to every question, so he ordered his sub, possibly a roast beef, I can't remember, with everything. The person talking his order asked, are you sure we have a lot of toppings? To which my dad confidently answered yes, everything. So, they obliged him, but still asked about 3 ingredients. The first was relatively mundane, I think it was shredded carrots. I thought a little odd for a roast beef sandwich, but not too bad. Without missing a beat, yes, my dad answered. I think the guy making the sub was just testing him on that one, because at the end he asks in a confident tone, "And what about raisins and peanut butter?" My dad's a pretty stubborn guy, so he still answered yes. As we walked home with his roast beef sub with lettuce, tomato, spinach, cucumber, green pepper, onion, mushroom, olives, pickle, banana pepper, roasted red pepper, sprouts, shredded carrot, provolone cheese, you could only get one. Probably half a dozen condiments, raisins, and peanut butter. I asked him, "Do you think that monstrosity is going to be any good?" He replied, "I'm not sure, but I didn't want to prove them right about having to ask about every ingredient, and now I know all the stuff they have." After we had our subs, he said the peanut butter wasn't as bad as he thought, but he would pass on the raisins next time. A couple of months later, the sub shop changed their policy of free toppings to a max of 5 free toppings. I like to think my dad was the reason for that. He took it like a champ.